Karma, say hello to Aunt Kelsey. No, she's here. Can you look up in the camera? Oh, good job. Good job, Grandma. Okay. Hi, Kelsey. It's Laura. It is Thursday night, and this is video number 3. No costume. I have decided that the cat is my costume, and I don't really know where to go either. So I figured I would tell you about my adventures and misadventures in counseling today. So today I had 3 clients, and the first client I decided not to engage in what is traditionally considered therapeutic. So my client, I've had her since the end of October. She's my oldest client. I picked her up from the woman who I'm filling in for. And this client hated me for about 3 months. And just before Christmas, we had a shift when she actually decided to do a safety plan, which is really exciting for both herself and me and many other people who are trying to keep her safe. And so today, she wanted to set some items on fire from an ex-boyfriend, and since I can totally support cleansing after a relationship, I agreed that I would take her. Well, she kind of informed me that I would take her, and I was like, really? You want me? She's like, yes, it's therapeutic. It counts. So I picked her up, and by like Wild Wings, essentially, without giving you her location, confidentiality, and we drove to White Rock, which should have been a 15-minute drive, turned into a 1-hour drive because somehow I wound up making a wrong turn going to Delta. So on the side of the road, on the highway in Delta, no street names, nothing to kind of figure out where we were. So I pulled into like this parking lot. It was actually a fire station, and there was a fire truck, and there were firemen, naturally, as part of the fire station, and they were undressing in the parking lot. Not like full frontal nudity, but like they were taking off their pants. So I joked with her. I was like, happy early birthday, like, got you some firefighters, and like, I feel like I would fail my MCQE for that. And she was laughing. She thought it was really funny, and I mean, what can you do? They were just taking off their clothes, and we had to ask them for directions, and they were really nice. And the one guy who gave us proper directions, she's like, oh, he's such a babe. And I was like, yeah, like, he's not bad. And she's like, I can't believe I'm taking out guys with my counselor. And I was like, I think we should call this appreciating aesthetic beauty and not the former. And she just burst into laughter. And we rerouted, got to White Rock, set a stuffed animal on fire. Then Beach Patrol came, so fortunately I had brought a pot of water to extinguish the burning. And she was still really happy, even though we didn't fully burn everything. We kind of threw the rest of it in the garbage. And the whole process was about 2 hours, in which case, like, I'm not sitting across from her, I'm not offering an empathic formula. It was just 2 people who care about each other a lot and kind of supporting her through a time where she's trying to let go of somebody. I thought, wow, like, this is totally what counseling is supposed to be about. And I was joking with her because I had to fetch water from the river. I think it's a river, or the ocean. It might be the river. And I said, do not doubt my caring for you because I'm in the freezing cold river and I took my shoes off and I'm fetching water for your fire. And my feet were really sandy and it was fine. She was totally worth it, and like 100 more times. And yeah, it was really good. And so that's kind of a weird form of counseling. Don't know what you think about that. Is it counseling? Is it youth work? I don't know. I like whatever it was. And then my second client was more like traditional talk therapy. But again, like, super cool guy. came back to the office, had a bit of a break, and then my third client, he's young, so my boss has decided my niche market is 8 to 12-year-olds, although I have clients outside of that age bracket. But he's one of the many that kind of fall into that, and he's lovely. We spent 20 minutes doing a fun activity where we colored a cupcake, Vaughn cupcake face man, something like that, for his coping skills box, which he did a really good job building. We kind of expanded that in our last session, so yay for doing something therapeutic. And then we were trying to talk about core beliefs and how they were like magnets, and that was kind of cool. But then we were working with the core belief that kind of related to his falling behind in school, and he started telling me about his school, and as you probably saw, this made it into a Facebook status. He was talking about this new concept of grading called fresh grade, but I kept calling it fresh start, and then I think once I called it fresh slice, like the pizza place, and he's like laughing hilariously because like I literally said it wrong every single time, and he like put his hands on his face. He's like, no, it's fresh grade. Yeah, I had to write it down, but even after I wrote it down, I said it wrong again. I'm like, okay, channel me some of your brain power. And then I like wrote verbatim what he said back to me, and it was like something to the effect of like, you would need to find a higher power to get enough. I'm like, thanks, kid. But I laughed. It was so funny, and his mom thought it was so funny too. We told her at the end of the appointment. And yeah, it really made me feel appreciative and inspired by people that I work with, and just feeling really grateful for the opportunity to be there, even if it's just for a short time. Like, I just feel like I'm learning a lot, and I just feel really blessed by those kiddos that are in my life. And even though I'm very sedentary at my job and I've started gaining weight, I'm like, oh, this is around the same time I started gaining weight last year when I lived with you. I'm like, I can't blame it on Daisy because she eats a lot of vegetables and I do not. But maybe it's Karma's fault? I don't know. Probably because I sit a lot at my job. But anyways, this is a long video about my day, and maybe you break up how often, or like break it into chunks as you watch it so I don't bore you. But anyways, Karma, would you like to come back and say hello to Aunt Kelsey? Come on. I also made a birthday event for my birthday, and I really wanted to invite you. I think I still will, and you can just RSVP that you're coming in spirit, because I'm gonna be really old soon, and it's my champagne birthday, and I've decided to gorge myself on fondue with some friends and this lovely critter. Okay, say something nice to Kelsey. Kelsey, you're the prettiest girl in the whole wide world. I just love you this much. Oh, I do. It's you. I just love Kelsey so much. Me too, Karma. That was a really nice song. Yes. Also, I met someone on Tinder. He's from Thailand, and hopefully that means I'm gonna have really good Thai food, because apparently he cooks really good Thai food. So possibly I will have a Valentine that won't be Karma, even though she would be a great Valentine, and we could spend the whole day eating macarons together. But hopefully you and Aaron are doing something fun for Valentine's Day too. And since this video is approaching 10 long minutes, Karma and I are going to say goodbye. So we are not finished yet. Now wave goodbye to Aunt Kelsey. Toodaloo, Kelsey, I love you. Okay.